I cannot believe I'm like a little water fountain over here. Like, where's all these tears coming from? Like, was I like backed up? Like, was I overdue for a good cry? What the hell? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia. If you're new here, today's video we're gonna be doing like a super transparent, vulnerable, real life, real talk chit chat. I mean, they all are, but I want to like discuss things I feel like I probably never wanted to discuss. So if you guys want to just hang out with me for a little bit, just keep on watching. If you're new here, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever. Child, I don't know. I don't care. If you guys want to see what we're going to talk about today, just keep on watching. So, diving off the deep end, boop. I do have a drink with me because I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's 4:54 and I had a long day already. You know, beggars can't be choosers and you can't win them all, okay? So, obviously, as you can see, this is a different setup for us. You guys know I moved. If you didn't know, I moved. And yeah, I don't have my office set up. So I don't really know where we're going to be filming. Like, I could have turned the camera the other way. I could have went to the dining room. I could have, like, set up a little nook. You know, it is what it is for right now. We're just on the couch. We're just vibing. I was like, should I pan it out and make it, like, super casual and comfortable? But I wanted y'all to see my face for this video. So, yeah, let me know if you guys like these little girl chats or whatever on the couch. We could do those. I could bring guests on. I could bring friends. You know what I'm saying? Today's drink. Let's get into her. She is cute. She's in a coupe glass. Love me a good coupe glass. If you follow me on Instagram, I know you're sick of seeing these drinks, but if you know, you know. This is my vibe right here. This is a Henny margarita. Yes, a margarita with Hennessy. If you go to the bar and you order it, they're going to try to make it seem like it's not very demure, not very classy. You want a Henny margarita, not a sidecar. A sidecar is different. Sidecars are great. I drink them all the time. But depending on my mood, I might want a marg. I might want a sidecar. If you want to make this at home, super, super easy. I kind of can eyeball them. Like, as long as they're this color, it's pretty much fine. So, usually I do basically 3 ounces of Hennessy. We're not even going to talk about it. My days be hard. 3 ounces of Hennessy and usually like one and a half, maybe 2 ounces of margarita mix. And that's it. My favorite margarita mix is the one that's from Target. Don't know what it's called, but I'll link it down below. And I put dehydrated lemons in it to make it pretty. Sometimes I put fresh lemons in it. Who's texting me? So, yeah. Cheers, friends. Let's take a sip so we can just dive in this and dive off the deep end together. Let's prepare to crash out, okay? It just does it for me every time. And you guys are always like, yeah, I tried it and it's astonishing. I know. Anyways, so, oh my gosh. You guys know, what is going on with this piece of hair? So many things have been changing in my life. You guys know I disappeared for a little bit on social media, on YouTube, really not social media. I was still like active on Instagram and stuff, but I disappeared from YouTube. No reason. I just wanted to live life off camera. I was just enjoying my life, enjoying my time, being young, being turned, being a good mom. Like, I just was doing all of the above. I did not feel guilty about disappearing from YouTube. I do feel like it's very healthy to take those breaks and those detox moments for us. Do we kind of go too far? Yes, but it is what it is. So yeah, lots of new changes. Recently moved into like a little home. She's super cute, super cozy, super warm, and I just been like busy furnishing that, turning house to home for me and the kids. Been taking my time. I've been like doing little projects around the house, and now that like we're in this house, I've been like really trying to figure out what I want to do in like the next 2 years with my life. So you guys know I never wanted to stay in Philly long term. I don't like it here. I haven't always lived here, so I just don't want to be here within like the next couple years. So now that we're in this house, I'm like, okay, what's next? You know, trying to buckle down with that type of stuff. Other than that, life has been lifing. No complaints though. I have really been in like a really good space mentally and like spiritually, and I have been just not letting anything tear me down. Like, when life starts lifing, babes, I don't be caring. Usually I was the type of person to care, and you would be able to tell in my face I don't be caring. Like, I just be like, well, better luck tomorrow. So that's been interesting, but I did want to talk about like some things that I don't know. I feel like I show them a lot in the vlogs, but I never really addressed them in detail. I never addressed them in a sit down video. So yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about though with you guys is like my son's speech delay. I feel like it's one of those topics I'm gonna get emotional about, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional because I know I'm not the only person going through this, but it is something as time goes by, I'm it's starting to hit me a little bit more, you know. So you guys know I have a 3-year-old son. If you don't know, I have a 3-year-old son. His name's Enzo. We all love Enzo. He's the best, Zobear. And Enzo still is not speaking, so Enzo has the speech delay. He was doing speech therapy and please hold. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, Enzo was seeing a speech therapist and a special instruction therapist. I want to say he started seeing his special instruction therapist when he was like one and a little after one, not even 1.5. He was seeing both of them up until he was 3. We did see progress, and Enzo has not had any markers for any other delays in life or any other concerns. He passes every test with flying colors. In some areas, he excels really well. He's advanced. He knows everything you're talking about. He will do what you tell him to do. He understands what you're saying. Like, he shows you where things are if you ask. He can tell you all his body parts. Basically, he's doing everything he should be doing and then some for his age, but he is just not speaking. When it comes to speech delays, I can feel it coming. When it comes to speech delays in, like, your kid, I feel like the hardest part is generally when you see other kids speaking that are younger than your kid, the same age as your kid. It's coming, guys. Is it the Henny? Is it me? Am I crashing out? Oh my gosh, am I just having a bad day? I feel like I was in such a good mood earlier when I set my camera up, and then I don't know, I feel like all my energy left me. That if I'm talking like low and monotone, I don't know, I got tired out of nowhere. But yeah, I feel like the hardest part is like seeing other kids do it and you know your child is supposed to be doing that, and they're just not. And like I said, like, he is not deemed autistic. I have asked so many times, so many different doctors, so many therapists, if they thought that was the case. No one thinks that's the case by a long shot. Like I said, every test that all of the therapists were doing for him every 3 to 6 months to like track his growth, not his growth, his progress. He was passing all of those. The only area he was not passing is speech. And like I was telling you guys, with Enzo, like, you know, I could say, you know, go get your shoes. I could tell him to put his shoes on. He'll put them on. Even if he puts them on wrong, he'll take them off and he'll fix them. He'll get his stuff when it's time to go. He understands the concept of coming out the house, walking to the car. Like, he knows everything. I could ask him where all of his body parts are. I could ask him, like, where's Harper? Where's mommy? Where's your room? Like, he understands all of that stuff, right? Like, he understands everything that anybody else could say to him. He is just not speaking. Which is, it's just a draining thing to go through as a mom. Like, I know that everybody goes through, not everybody, but I know a lot of people go through it. I went through it with my daughter as well. My daughter is 10, and she also was a late speaker, but she was speaking by age 3. So now that he has turned 3 in July and he's not speaking, I just feel like it's very different now. God, it's very different now than it was when he was 1 or 2, because it was like, okay, it'll happen soon, and then like it's not happening soon. Please hope. Yeah, he's just not speaking. He babbles a lot, and he really does try. Like, so I try not to be too hard on myself because he is trying to communicate. Like, he will come to whoever he wants to communicate to and will make sounds and try to talk about things. It's just there are no words there yet. But we have done the therapy. We have done the special instruction therapy. We have got his hearing checked. Like, everything that they have recommended me to do, I have done. And I think that's also kind of something that's like on my shoulders, is because I don't know what happens next. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just not knowing and not having like any answers, I feel like is the hardest part. 'Cause like if I was to get like a diagnosis or just to know what was going on, I think I would be less crazy about it. But I think they're just like everybody's saying, like they don't know either. I just think it drives me even more up the wall, you know, because it's like here we are and we're seeing all these therapists. I'm really trying to stop crying, y'all, so I can talk clearly. I swear. All right, let me get myself together, please. Hold. Can't even blame it on like my drink because I only had like 3 sips so far. But I definitely feel like if I had answers to anything that was pertaining Enzo, that I definitely would just figure it out, you know. Like it's like they tell you this and you're like, okay, well, what do I do next? But because no one knows what's going on, we have no clear route of what to do other than maybe continue speech therapy. So I've been exploring the idea of putting him in school recently. You know, I read a lot of your guys' comments. I'm very open to constructive criticism. I'm very open to advice. Like, I don't get on the internet and put myself out there and think I'm too good for you guys to insert yourselves. Because, I mean, it's what comes with the territory. I think for me, when it draws the line is when it's like you're telling me what to do. Like, just recommend it to me. Because everyone, when he was younger, they was like, put him in daycare, put him in daycare, put him in daycare. I be reading the news about what be happening in daycare, and I understand that some people have to put their kids in daycare, and I feel for you. But as someone that works from home and I had help from other people, I never necessarily saw a need to put him in daycare. Now, when it comes to school, now that he's 3, I've definitely been exploring the options and trying to find something that works for us and fits within, you know, my life, Harper's life, for everybody, being near the house and stuff like that. I want him to thrive there. There's a lot to like Montessori schools around me. Talking to his speech therapist and stuff, they kind of said that they don't really think a Montessori school would be the best fit for him because of how independent led it is, and they think that he kind of needs more time, like, you know, that's not like that because of his speech delay. And, you know, I've also been told that maybe he will thrive and he does really good with that type of play and stuff. But I just worry how it'll help him in his speech delay. So it's just been hard on me. It's just something I don't really talk about. It's something that I do not like being around other kids that are his age. It's so messed up to say, but it's so true. I limit my exposure to other children his age because when I see them speaking, attempting to speak, it just really like eats at me. I didn't think this was gonna be so hard to talk about. That's so crazy. And I think like the craziest part about it is like, you know, I try to blame myself for it. Like, what did I do? Is there anything I could have done? And it's not like, it's just he just doesn't want to speak, and he's so smart. And you know, I love my kids to death. As you can see, I'm very passionate when it comes to my kids. Like, it's kind of crazy, but you know, I'm always like, is it something I did? Is it like the certain way that I'm raising him? You know, like anything that we're doing, I'm talking Enzo through. Like, I'm not like a mom that doesn't speak to my kids, and people probably think I'm crazy, the type of conversations I have with him when it's just me and him. Like, I'm just constantly talking to Zoe, and I'm like talking him through life. So it's like I understand that he understands everything that I'm saying. So I know it's just like one missing puzzle piece, you know. It's just hard. Like, there's no other way to really put it. I tried to make that my last time crying. Asia, it's okay. You got this. You are a great mom. God's will, God's way, God's win. You're gonna be fine. The kids are gonna be fine. It's all right. So I definitely think that, like, I don't know, I'm just waiting, and I'm very hopeful that it's gonna happen soon. I just wish it was sooner rather than later. I would love to hear him say something. I really would. But yeah, I just been struggling with that. And you know, the reason I'm even talking about this with you guys, because obviously it's something that's like very near and dear to my heart, is because I know I'm not the only person like going through it. You guys know I will sit on the internet and I will sit here and freaking cry and I will put my business out there because I know it's gonna help somebody, especially like when something is super heavy on my heart. So yeah, if you're someone that's going through it, just know you're not alone. And it does suck. But it's like, as long as you know you're taking all the steps to get your kid the help that they deserve, that they need, and they're healthy and they're happy and they're thriving, it's like, what else can you really do, you know? Like, I'm taking the time on my week to do these therapy sessions. I'm going to every appointment that they're telling me to go to. I'm scheduling things that are months in advance. Not like I'm not a mom that's compliant with this stuff. I'm doing everything. And you know, like his therapist, they were always telling me like I'm doing such a good job, not to beat myself up. But it's easier said than done. So that's definitely why I just wanted to touch on it, explain my experience with it, because you guys know I'm just an open book. Like, I honestly am. I've always been like this on my channel, and I don't want to shy away from that side of me. I cannot believe I'm like a little water fountain over here. Like, where's all these tears coming from? Like, was I like backed up? Like, was I overdue for a good cry? What the hell? I mean, my dark humor, I gotta make a joke out of everything. So yeah, Enzo was having a speech device at one point. What is it called? It's called an AAC device. Essentially, it was a iPad where it was loaded with an app. Like, it wasn't a functioning iPad outside of this one app. I got his through AbleNet, I believe. I'll try to link it down below. His speech therapist introduced us to it and helped us obtain it for him. AC device is essentially an iPad that's loaded with the app. I don't have it with me. Otherwise I would have showed it to you. But it's basically an iPad loaded with the app that just has like a lot of daily functions, items, anything that like essentially a kid would need to communicate, and they are able to like press a button, create a command of buttons, and the iPad will say it for you. The AAC device, unfortunately, it didn't really work for him. He did use it for a while when it came to like therapy sessions. Like, on a day-to-day basis, he didn't like it. Like, I would have it with us all the time. I would hand it to him, especially like when he got frustrated the most. I mean, this was never something like piqued his interest. So I kind of like just back burnered it. I still own it. I still have it, but it's definitely something that it really didn't work out for us. But in order for him to communicate, he does figure out basically his own sign language. The kid is creating it as he goes, and it's crazy. Like, for our iPad, he goes like this. I don't know where he got it from. I don't know how it makes sense, but we have all caught on that it's iPad. If you say you want your iPad, he will shake his head yes. Like, when he's thirsty, he goes like this. If he's hungry, he rubs his stomach. If he poops, he'll point at his diaper. I'm trying to think, like, if something hurts, if something's wrong, he'll show you. I'm trying to think what else. He will. And like, if someone bothers him or hurts him, like Harper or something, like Harper is being mean to him allegedly, like she doesn't give him what he wants, he'll come to me and he'll say, like, he'll point upstairs like Harper basically, and then like me, and then he'll like show me what she did, like if she pushed him a little. Like, he is figuring out as he goes how to communicate, which I appreciate, because it definitely makes our day-to-day life a little bit easier. Before, when he wasn't really necessarily doing like his version of sign language, he got frustrated a lot, which meant that he cried a lot because I had no idea what he wanted. But now that he understands yes and no and can shake his head and stuff, you know, some of the time I'm just asking him, like, do you want this? And he'll just say no. Do you want this? Do you want that? And eventually he will say yes, or he'll just show me exactly what he's speaking about himself. He'll go in the refrigerator and he will show me what he wants to drink. He will go in the freezer. He will tell me what he wants to eat. Like, he will go in the snack cabinet. He will get whatever snack he's in the mood for. He is so bright in so many areas. But speech is definitely that one area right now that we are just not meeting. And, you know, I know it's going to happen. I know his timing is better than my timing in regards to God. Like, so I'm pushing through it. Like, no complaints on my end, obviously, because my kid is healthy, and I'm very appreciative of that. and I have the resources to get him the help he needs. I'm very grateful for that. I just, obviously, it is something that sucks nonetheless. And I know I'm not the only person that's going through it. So I just really wanted to speak on that. Yeah, obviously it's a really vulnerable subject for me. But if you have any questions, let me know. I could follow up on it. If you have any advice, if anything worked for you, let me know down below, please. A lot of the times when I do talk about his speech delay, a lot of you guys do write comments for me about your kids, your brothers, your sisters, whoever, siblings that had speech delays as well, and they really do warm my heart to read. I try to respond to as many of them as I can, but they definitely do give me like a little bit more hope, because right now I just feel like I'm going in blind. Because like I said, my daughter also had a speech delay, but it was not this far into her growth. So yeah, it sucks, because some people will be like, yeah, you're a bad mom, like your kid doesn't talk, and I'm just like, I didn't do anything. Like, like if it was up to me, my kid would be talking my ear off. So yeah, I just really wanted to touch on that. I feel like I owed you guys that, because I touch on it every here and again, but again, I don't talk about it often because it makes me sad, and I get sad about anything that has to do with my kids. I love my kids so much that I don't want to see them fall behind in life in any way. But while we're speaking about Zoe, we might as well talk about Harper. So you guys know I also have a daughter. My daughter's 10 years old, so she's a preteen, and that is fun. Fun to say the least. She's a blast. You guys know she is a mini me for real. Like, homegirl is a little me. She comes on the vlogs a lot. She does her own little segments. She's so funny to me. Every time I watch her footage back when I'm editing, I'm like, wow, this kid is literally a clone of me. She acts just like me. She acts a lot like her dad as well, but she acts just like me. Obviously that's due to the fact that I'm her primary caretaker, but she acts a lot like her dad. Like, I always look at her and I say, sometimes it's really crazy that you have a lot of your dad's traits, considering like you're usually with me, and like she spends time with her dad obviously as well, but like she has like the way he's reactive, like emotional wise, she's just like, and I'm like, that's insane how that type of stuff could be hereditary. But yeah, she acts just like me. Her mannerisms, like her tone, how she speaks, how she explains things. She's a little sassy like me. She's witty like me. She's the best. Very mindful like me, which I love. I definitely feel like she gets a lot of my best traits. I'm very honest with my daughter as well. Like, I'm not afraid to tell her, you were being a bad friend, or don't focus on boys. Like, I'm very more open with her, I think, than I grew up. But I think it's so nice that she really trusts that I'm a safe space, because she tells me everything. Like, she will come home and tell me, like, if she likes a boy, or if this person did that. Like, she understands that I am her safe space, and that, I might be hurt, or I might get a little angry with her, but like, I'm her mom and I have her best interest. I think that's really phenomenal for her to understand at 10, because I didn't understand that probably till I was like 22 with my mom. But yeah, having a preteen is crazy. Having a 3-year-old and a preteen is pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. Who the hell told me to start over? I don't know. Why'd y'all let me do that? I don't know. Because it was crazy. I had just really got my life back when I had my daughter, and then I restarted with my son. So yeah, having a baby and then having her, it's a lot, because I'm dealing with these things with Enzo, and then I'm dealing with them hormones upstairs. Them hormones are insane, but we're gonna prevail in the end. But she is literally the sweetest little human ever. It's just them hormones, She recently started a new school, which has been nice. I do like the school for her. She likes the school. The school is a little bit more of like a melting pot, a mixed pool of kids, rather than her previous school that was predominantly palm colored people, which was fine. I wasn't opposed to it, but I am happy now that she's a little bit older, that she could, be around kids that look like her, that have hair like her, that are into the things that she already naturally likes, and things that she's naturally exposed to because of how I am, because of how her dad is, her siblings are. So I definitely think that the school is a good fit for her right now. But yeah, having a preteen is crazy. I feel like I'm a teen mom myself. So when I look at my 10-year-old, and we were the same shoe size, and we're damn near the same height, I'm just like, where's the time going? How are you growing up and I'm not growing up? So It's been fun though, you know, like the last 10 years I definitely feel like they flew by. I look at my daughter and I'm just like, she reminds me that like I met my best friend Khalil 9 years ago, that I met Stephanie 8 years ago, and I'm just like, time really flies when you're having fun, you know. I also think that she's also been doing really, really great as a preteen because of me and her dad figuring out how to co-parent. If you guys watched my 17 and pregnant video, you guys know that was a rough journey in my life. Oh my gosh, being pregnant with her, her upbringing, it was a lot, but it was one of those things, you know, I put all my business out there on the internet, which is fine. But you know, we figured it out after a couple years, and it's been going good. Like no complaints from neither one of us, but I definitely feel like her having parents that like can talk on the phone about her needs and communicate what's going on with her, and her going over there to him for times on end. I definitely think that her not having to stress about that aspect of her life has also resulted in a lot of growth in her personally. You know, and it's probably not going to be the case for everybody that like co-parenting just falls into your lap, or everybody decides to grow up and all of a sudden we just all know better in life. However, I definitely think that when it came time, I definitely think when it came time for me and her dad to co-parent, it just was all about her, you know. Like I became one of those people, I just didn't care about anything. I just like, as long as it has to do with my kid, do not talk to me. Like, do not talk to me. But you know, there was a time in her life where she was sad. She was bothered by it. She would tell me, she would cry, she would shell out her emotions to me about how the situation affected her. And I think it was that in that moment where I was like, I have to basically take a step back, and rather than be reactive like I was being, and being petty and bitter, whatever the terminology is for all this stuff, right? I was like, I have to do whatever makes her feel secure as a person, because she does not deserve that. She did not ask to be here. She did not ask to be put into the situation. So I think that like once I got off my high horse and her dad got off his high horse, and we just were like, you know what? We're going to make this work for her. I definitely think it resulted in her being a more confident little kid, and just not having to worry about that, because she should have never had to worry about it to begin with, right? But she definitely did at some point. The older she got and the more aware of it she became, that our situation was different than some families. And now that it's not the case, and now that we're all in a good place, like all three of us, we could be around each other if we have to, we talk on the phone. I think that she just is being a kid, right? I think that she's being a 10-year-old. But yeah, you guys know she's the funniest thing. She's super into skincare. She's super into perfumes. Today, I got in a car. I said, do you have on your Glossier perfume to go to school? And she's like, yeah. Puts her deodorant on, puts on a little skincare, puts on a little skin balm. She does her own hair in the morning for school. Like, she's the best kid ever. I could have not asked for a better 10-year-old. She's so independent. She doesn't give me a hard time. She's not the type of sassy where like she talks back to me or anything, but she is growing into her own personality and like her own fashion sense. So it's just been so fun to see her grow up. You know, I see how good she is with her brother, which makes me happy to know that like one day she'll be a good mom. Like I see how she acts and how responsible she is. I know I'm raising someone that will one day be able to take care of a home. Like I see how good of a friend she is. I know that I never have to worry about her in that aspect. Like I pay attention to all these little things about her, and I really do take pride in who I raised. So yeah, you know, Enzo's different. He's 3. We don't know much about Zoe yet. That he's hilarious. But her, I keep pointing up by the way because she's above me. But her, I am so proud of the little human she is. Oh my gosh, she is just the sweetest darn thing. Even every time people like spend time with her and get her, they always call me like her teachers, and they're like, she's just the sweetest, most respectful and caring little person there is. Like, you know, like she's not ashamed to admit when she needs help in school. Like she's not prideful. She's not boastful. Like, oh my god, I could rave about Harper all day long because she makes me so proud. Obviously she has her cons, you know, she's an Aries. She's an Aries like me, so I can't win them all. But she's a really, really great kid, guys. And I definitely think I was scared going into it, because like having a preteen is crazy. But the only time that like she really drives me up a wall is like when we're both hormonal. Like I've noticed that she gets hormonal when I'm hormonal, like when I'm PMSing. That's been fun. But you know, I just talk her through it. I'm like, yeah, girl, it's gonna happen to you one day. So watch yourself. Only other thing I feel like is the update with me wise is my weight gain. Oh my gosh, do I even want to talk about my weight gain? I don't even get on the scale because I don't even need that negativity in my life, quite honestly. But I'm at the heaviest I've ever been in my life. I think we could all tell. And it's nothing wrong with that. I go back and forth in my head, like, what to do about that weight gain. Because you guys know, like, I was on semaglutide. I was going to the gym consistently. I have just accepted the fact that one, I'm 28, and two, I have 2 kids, and the weight is just not coming off the way that it used to. So I'm not hard on myself about that, like that. It's like, I don't mind that my face is fuller, but I hate that, like, my face lost its, like, structure from the side. And you guys know, like, I had chin filler before, I had jaw filler, and I, like, let it all wear off. But I've always been, like, always had this, but it gets worse with my weight gain. My arms, I mean, yeah, they changed, obviously, but they're not, like, they don't bother me. Like, they're not an insecurity for me. The stomach is a different, you know, I got a booty out of all of it, and no complaints there, but the booty definitely has a matching belly. But you know what they say, when the booty's real, it got a belly to match. So I can't complain. However, I do think I could get it together just a little bit. Just a little bit. Definitely been struggling with that. Like, I had my days, and I think my days hit me the worst with my weight gain when I want to wear certain things, and I'm like, yeah, babes, you can't wear that no more. People that ridicule for your weight are other women, which is insane. But yeah, I be eating good, child. If y'all follow me on Instagram, I be eating good. I don't deprive myself of a good meal. Like, baby, I'm finna eat. I want a crab cake. I want the mashed potatoes. I want the chicken tenders, fries. I want a half of a burger. Baby, I'm going to eat, okay? There is no limit. There is no budget when it comes to the food. I also drink. So I know that's a part of the problem why I gain a lot of weight. And I like mixed drinks, but I also take, like, shots most of the time. But, you know, high sugar contents and alcohol. I haven't been going to the gym recently because it's hard being at home as the sole caretaker for a toddler. So, like, who's going to watch the kid all the time? But yeah, my weight gain, it's just, I think the last time I weighed myself, I think I was 187. For reference, I'm 5'4", so that actually is heavy for my height. It doesn't always necessarily look like I'm that heavy. Like, when I tell people my weight, they don't believe me until they try to pick me up. But I definitely feel like I carry my weight well. I make it look good. I dress for my body type, most importantly. However, it's been affecting my self-esteem. I think that's why I was going through, like, little bouts of sadness, because it just was like I was really hard on myself, especially because, like, you know, a lot of my career on YouTube was once, like, fashion content, and then, like, now when I do fashion content, I just do not like the way that anything looks on me. My eye looks so messed up on this eye. Like, what is going on, babes? Lift your eye up. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I just do not feel comfortable in a lot of clothes. That's why I wear a lot of, like, similar fitting items, is because I just know what works in my body right now. But I'm going to work on it. I am, because I watched the music video and I seen Lotto, and I know Lotto's butt is fake, but baby, their body is body, and whoever her doctor is, please tell me so I could go. Like, I am at a point where I'm not opposed to lipo. Okay, I will get lipo at this point. I just want a flat stomach. I don't even care about the butt. I don't care about the hip dips. None of that. Just give me a flat stomach. It's just, and even no matter how much I work out, no matter how much weight I lose, I'm always gonna have some type of little stomach, because my stomach is never gonna go back to how it was pre-baby. You know, when your abdominal wall separates. Diastasis recti, is that what it's called? That's from me watching too much goddamn Botched, okay? That separates, there's nothing really you could do to ever make it go back together. And then, like, having a fupa where, like, all the fat is stored. Just give me some lipo. Just give me some goddamn, like, maybe some ab etching. Like, I want to go to Dr. Jung, okay? I'm trying to go big or go home. Who paying for it? I don't know. But shit, I want to go. Excuse my language. But yeah, my weight gain has definitely been taking a toll on me. A lot of the times I be buying my clothes in a large, because I'd rather my clothes be a little too loose and have a little room in it than be a little too snug, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I hate that feeling so bad. I just be wanting to breathe. So I like to wear a lot of loose stuff now. And again, I don't look the 187. And I'm not saying 187 is a bad weight, because some people are 187 but they're taller than me and it looks phenomenal. Some people are 187 and it's all muscle. I'm saying my 187 reflects 5'4" and just a lot of weight gain. I was going to say the F word, but the F word's not a good word. Don't use that word, kids. But yeah, so I have definitely been struggling with that. But other than that, that's been, like, my big three things in my life, you know, other than moving right now and just trying to make this house a home for us. It's not done. Like, as you can see right now, I painted this one wall. I just wanted to see what the white paint looked like. Turns out she needs 2 coats. Ask me, did I ever get back to the second coat? The answer is no. And when I did it, because I have to paint this wall too, I didn't do this neat. I'm going to do it this week though. I told myself that's my plan for this week. I was going to do it today, but I'm dog sitting. Stephanie's dog is here. You guys know Stephanie has a Frenchie named Cruz, and he's here. And I was like, it'll be just my luck that I go to paint my house because I don't have Zoe, and Cruz jumps in the paint bucket, or he knocks the paint bucket over. I said, I'm not going to paint while the dog is here. I'm going to wait till his mom come get him, because absolutely not. I don't need to make nobody's phone call and be like, yeah, your dog is covered in paint, and I don't know what to tell you. Or tell them that your dog knocked over a whole gallon of paint on my floor. You know, I just didn't want to deal with it. So I'm going to paint sometime this week, but I definitely have just been making house to home. You know, like, I definitely think that taking the step backwards of what I thought my life was going to be like right now is just teaching me to appreciate everything I do have. I'm noticing a lot of like mental growth in myself. You know, some people will comment and say I'm the dumbest person they've ever met, and that I'm so ditzy and I know nothing and I'm such this and I'm such that. And I was like, I also don't talk about a lot of things on the internet. Like, I also don't show a lot of sides of me because I don't be thinking nobody cares. Like, a lot of people don't know how smart I am. Hey, here we are, right? I'll go at y'all about everything I do know regarding like my degree and going to school. However, I definitely think that sometimes people just see what they want on the internet. They take a little snippet and they think that they know everything about you. You know, like people, I put out an hour vlog for 7 days. 7 days, an hour. That's not long in retrospect. So when you really divide it, but you know, people think they know everything. And I definitely think that once I took a step back and just was like, way happier, honestly. A lot of people tell me they notice how happy I look, how happy I feel. Whoa, what? How happy I just seem on the internet, or like my energy that I radiate in person. I definitely think it's just because I stopped giving a shit, honestly, about everything. Like, I just do not care right now. Quite honestly, nothing can take me off my high horse of life, because I'm healthy. I'm alive. My kids are healthy. My friends are healthy. My family's healthy. I just don't really think there's much for me to complain about right now. So yeah, on that positive note, I am going to end the video here because it seems like it's getting pretty long. But yeah, you know, I just definitely wanted to touch base with some more vulnerable topics for you guys, because it's been a while that I've done one. And I love you guys. You guys are definitely my friends, and I have no problem putting you guys in my goddamn business, as always. But, you know, I just definitely feel like if you are a parent that's going through a speech delay, raising a hormonal preteen, struggling with your weight gain, getting the weight off, and just comparing yourself, you know, like, comparison is the thief of joy, and people only show the good side of shit on the internet. Always remember that. Like, people forget to say that. Yeah, it's very easy to show the traveling and the luxury gifts and the lifestyle and all that. It seems like you're like the baddest bitch on the internet, but like, it don't be real life. Like, it really, really is not. You know, I get on the internet. I ain't afraid to tell y'all if a man bought me something. I don't care. I don't want y'all to think that I'm some put together ass human and I'm buying this and I'm buying it and I'm living. Somebody bought it for me and did. Like, I think the part of the internet is like, I'm a good friend. I'm a good person. I'm a good mom. Like, no one could take those things from me. I'm a good daughter. That is like, I get on here and I'm just so brutally honest, because I do not want someone to watch my content and be like, yeah, I want to be like that. But like, they only know the surface level. You know what I'm saying? Like, people sometimes say I'm shallow. I'm not shallow by any means. I just don't go under the surface sometimes on YouTube, because I feel like sometimes I put people in my life on Instagram and YouTube, and then people are mean to me, and then when I don't, then I'm called shallow. I'm like, well, what the hell is the girl supposed to do, you know? But yeah, I love you guys so much. I already know you guys are gonna flood me with sweet comments, because I was crying like a baby. And before I even read all of them, I just want to say thank you guys so much for just being patient with me when I disappear, for asking about me, like checking on me, checking on the kids. Oh, when you guys see me in person, you guys speak to all three of us. I literally, it means the world to me. I honestly couldn't have imagined that. And you know, sometimes I compare myself to other content creators and I'm like, yeah, I could have a bigger following and I could be doing more with my career. I could be getting bigger deals and all that. But I do what I can do and I don't beat myself up about it anymore. And I'm very happy with the audience that I do have because you guys genuinely do love us. And that's all I can really ask for. It's definitely a quality versus quantity thing over here, okay? And there's nothing wrong when you have a lot of quantity and quality too. However, my time will come, and I'm not mad at it whatsoever. I know my time to shine will be all in divine timing. So yeah, if you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and return for another video. If you guys are not new here, I love you. Thank you for returning. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If there's any other like more transparent, vulnerable topics that you want me to talk about. And I'm trying to think what else because I haven't done one of these videos in so long. Oh my gosh. I think that's pretty much it, quite honestly. So I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Like I said, thank you guys so much. Sorry for all the tears. But I love my babies. I'm a mom first, but I'm a bad bitch immediately after, okay? Don't you forget it. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.